All right. Good evening. Happy Wednesday night. It is SEC After Dark. I've got a new camera.
What was that, Jeb?
Joining me is the ever legendary Jeb Beecham,
Yeah.
Jake Thomas, and Stephen Willis make up the quartet known as SEC After Dark. We also welcome our two producers, the voice of God and Cassidy Thomas, who will be in the chat and for the picks as well. But we need to go ahead and make a pick. We're going to do this kind of backwards today. We're going to make two picks right off the bat because those games are happening like
right now
as we speak.
We speak. So let's get right into it. Before the ad reads, this is a little bonus feature. A&M Okie State, Texas Bowl. Okie State favored by 3. Steve.
Give me Oklahoma State in this situation because I don't think Texas A&M wants to be there, and I think the coach from Oklahoma State he's probably 55 at this point.
He's more than a man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm a man now, officially, according to his standards.
I'm 40.
Exactly. I'm taking Oklahoma State here as well. This is like their Super Bowl. A&M is they're just going through the motions. I think it'll be Oklahoma State and maybe even Oklahoma State big.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. A&M is, I think, lost the most people in the SEC through the portal. They've lost their coach. They're in disarray right now. And I think Oklahoma State, like you said, wants to be there, is excited. So I'm definitely taking them to cover on this one.
And we are taking Oklahoma State as well. I think that 3 points here, they're going to win by at least 10.
All right.
Well, I mean, clearly from the scoreboard, you can tell I know what I'm talking about. So because all of y'all have picked whoever the hell A&M's playing, I'm going to pick A&M because I'm making a comeback this week. I'm going to get all of them right, and Jeb's going to get all of them wrong. It's going to be very impressive.
That's what's going to happen.
A&M.
I love the thing scrolling at the bottom.
He's very funny. He's very funny.
Yeah.
Well, how bad do y'all feel that I tied for first last year? That's all I'm going to say. Although I was picking off uniforms and like candy preferences.
Maybe you need to go back to that.
I'm going to go back to that next year. I clearly cannot be trusted to use my own thoughts.
Maybe you should. There you go. That's a good strategy.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
So
What
now
about
I'm
Louisville?
Yeah.
Louisville, yes, that's our next game. It used to be the Culligan Holiday Bowl. I don't know what it's Pacific Life Holiday Bowl, I think is what it is. It's Louisville -6.5 against USC. No Caleb Williams, no real team. Lincoln Riley's dream scenario is falling apart, crumbling right in his hands. Steve?
I've made this pick a long time ago because when the picks go in, I do the picks and
right.
I don't do
Corey
them during the show. So this one was already in there. And in this game that is going on right now, USC is up 14-7 on Louisville, but I'm taking the Louisville Cardinals.
Yeah, I know. Seeing the score kind of makes me second guess this as well. I'm taking Louisville also. It's the DirecTV Holiday Bowl right now.
Oh, it's the DirecTV Holiday Bowl now. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take Louisville as well. I still think they pulled this thing out despite what the score is. It's a weird. Bowl games are weird. I'll just leave it at that.
Oh. I'm sorry. Did I jump you?
Yeah, you did.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. You know, I'm going to take Louisville too because I'm with Steve. I picked these whenever he was in our chat and said the pits are up, Corey. But anyway, so we don't wait till we get on air to do them. But so we're taking Louisville
picks anyway, right?
So we're taking Louisville. I will say I don't know how Louisville has won 10 games this year because they're abysmal on offense, but I still think they win this game.
Well, I hope you're right. I feel dirty and gross saying I'm taking USC, but I'm taking USC.
Got no choice.
You know this monster randomly does the Florida Gators noises around the house. It's horrific, y'all.
Yeah, that's horrible.
God.
Never a dull moment, is it?
Gross.
Gator bait. If you ain't a gator, you're gator bait.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's go.
They took our job. All right, so those are the first two picks we're going to do. We're going to come back to the rest of them here in a little while. But again, I want to reset. This is SEC After Dark, presented by DeadSoxy. If you want to support Ole Miss NIL, look over Steve's right shoulder. You'll see a box of DeadSoxy socks. You can get those online at DeadSoxy.com. They come in all different colors and designs, like the Juice Kiffin socks Steve is holding right this minute. They also come in different colors, like Crimson Cardinal. They come in purple and gold, whatever colors you want. It's there for you. All you got to do is go to DeadSoxy.com and make your order. But
hey, Corey, do me a favor. Get out and come back in through the link.
Your audio is a little messed up.
Your audio.
Oh, thank goodness!
Up.
I thought that was me.
Yeah.
All right.
It sounds like you're talking in a barrel. And I'll go ahead and do the reader for Stewart's Cajun Dill Pickles, because it's time to get locked on pickles. Stewart's Cajun Pickles, that is. They offer a variety of Cajun spice products like pickles, green beans, okra, even carrots, and asparagus. This is a family-owned company, homemade on the coast of Mississippi. Stewart's Cajun Dill Pickle has been pleasing pickle lovers for over 20 years now, and they have become the South's favorite pickle. These truly are the best pickles you will ever eat. They have a strong dill flavor with a Cajun punch, no over sour taste. This is small business. They strive to keep the produce fresh and local from the start, keeping the final pickle product extra crisp and crunchy. You can find these pickle products online at thepickledstore.com or at your local Rouse's Market around the Gulf Coast or other local southern stores near you. Be sure to like Stewart's Cajun Dill Pickle product on Facebook and Instagram. Try these pickle products, okra and beans, today. You will not be disappointed. Stewart's Cajun Dill Pickles, the South's favorite pickle.
Hey, I got a question.
All right.
Uh-oh.
You know how people try to fancy up deviled eggs and use like jalapenos and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
What if you use the Cajun dill pickles instead of like sweet relish?
you could.
I bet that would be good.
That'd be a nice little kick to it.
Is it weird that I'm just sitting around on a Wednesday night thinking about deviled eggs?
I don't know, but
Yeah, never mind. I'll let y'all get back to football now. I just had the thought.
I wonder if everybody could hear Becky then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could hear.
We could hear
No, we could. I wonder if everybody on the outside, or we're just looking at the screen with dead air because that wasn't broadcasted.
Why not?
Huh?
What are we doing with our
whenever I
audio?
do that, she's right there.
Ah.
What?
Oh,
Oh gosh. Okay.
I'm all confused too.
Yeah, okay.
Corey, talk again and see if
Whatever.
Really confusing. BetOnline.ag is presenting our lines for our bowl picks. They are your number one source for all your sports wagering needs. If you want to bet it, they have it. Also, if you like live casino, they have that as well. So go to the website, betonline.ag, and enter the promo code Bleav, that's BLEAV, to get your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline.ag, it's where the game starts. So, Steve, saw the latest transfer portal rankings from that website called 247. Guess who's number one?
Oh, that would be Ole Miss.
Guess who's number 8?
Vanderbilt's number 8. I listened to
they?
your show today. That's the reason I know that.
Yeah, there you go. I got one listener,
Oh.
at least one viewer.
But by the way, apparently Texas A&M in the Texas Bowl, the first play of the game, the quarterback for Texas A&M ran, and it looks like he might have broke his leg.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
So Marcel Reed's about to play a full football game.
Okay, I don't know how you feel about that, Steve.
And USC just blocked a punt from Louisville, so they got the ball in great field position to score again. So
wow.
Okay, is it too late to change our pick?
yes.
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
Becky's like, yes, it's too late.
Yeah.
Except for that A&M pick there.
Mhm.
I feel a little personally responsible. So I'd
job.
like to extend my apologies.
Louisville, this is the last time I'll ever pick
Oh.
because you screwed me twice now.
Yeah, no
Hey,
problem.
really?
So,
Oh, he broke his arm. They put his arms in like an air cast.
Okay.
so he's going to play?
No.
No.
Who does he think he is? Archie Manning?
He's got his arm in a cast like that. He takes a snap with it. I'm just picturing that's pretty funny. So, yeah. they got the card out for him. That's bad. So yeah, Ole Miss.
Yeah, they got a commitment from Walter Nolan, the number 1 player in the portal. The number 2 player in the portal is Princely Amon Mielen. Ole Miss got him as well. Basically, all of your best players, they will be playing for us soon.
All the best players who didn't stay at our school.
Yeah, that's just because you're a wimpy school.
Because we didn't have many good ones to give.
You're a little girly school.
Hey, Steve, I also saw y'all may be in the running for Evan Stewart as well.
Yeah, he's the current top player in the transfer portal window. So of course we're in on him now. And yes, I am unbelievably cocky about what's going on right now.
Well, I guess it's hard to blame you at this point.
So here's a question I've got. And I've been meaning to ask this, especially next year since we're getting rid of division, the SEC. I know not everybody's playing each other, but what if there's like 3 or 4 teams that go undefeated? How would they figure out the top 2 that away?
I don't. There has to be tie-breaking things. I don't think more than 2 will go undefeated. I think it's more likely that like 5 teams will go 5-2.
Okay.
Are you talking about just in the SEC or?
Yeah.
Could determine who goes to the SEC championship game. Yeah, the 3rd team that's in there is like, no, we don't win the tiebreaker. Let's just go to the playoff.
Right. Yeah.
That's about right.
No, we're fine with that. We don't have to play an extra game.
Yeah.
No, I mean mathematically, could more than 2 teams possibly go undefeated?
Well, I mean, Alabama does not play Ole Miss, so
yeah.
I mean,
yeah, but Alabama and Ole Miss could then go undefeated. But could any of your opponents go undefeated? Or any of their? I mean, like, is there anybody else who doesn't play Alabama and Ole Miss?
No, we got
because Tennessee and Ole Miss don't play, but we couldn't all 3 go undefeated because Tennessee and Alabama play.
Does Texas A&M play Alabama?
No, I don't think they do.
Then Texas A&M, Alabama, and Ole Miss could go undefeated.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. So why did they set up the schedule like that?
Yeah.
Because certain schools here in Mississippi State does not want to play non-conference games because they're not good.
Well, this is true.
You don't hear Vandy complaining.
No, we don't. Yeah, Vandy's like, hey, it doesn't matter if we lose 8 or 9. I'd rather lose to Auburn than lose to UNLV. So yeah, I mean,
yeah, right, there you go.
There, yeah. Speaking,
but I mean that's the real thing. Like Mississippi State, they don't want another SEC game because they view it as another loss because that's what their mentality is.
Yeah,
and you're right. A&M doesn't have to play Alabama or Ole Miss next year. Wow,
they got lucky.
Sad. Oh yeah, got Florida, Arkansas, Missouri, Mississippi State, South Carolina. They don't have Georgia either, or Texas. Wait, they have to have Texas or Oklahoma.
I'm speaking.
They have Texas. Yeah,
I'm willing it to happen, but I'm going to speak it into existence. Ole Miss versus Missouri in the first year of the SEC championship game next year, when everybody's talking Georgia and Texas and Oklahoma and all. It's going to be Missouri and Ole Miss, and everybody's going to be like, "What the hell is going on here?
What do we do?
What's going on, man? What? Oh my goodness."
Oh yeah, Missouri has, Alabama, and that's probably their toughest game. Hey, it might be.
Yeah, I mean, Ole Miss and Georgia, it's a realistic thing that both of those could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we don't play Missouri next year. Oh, I don't like these schedules at all.
Alabama's got to go to Georgia. That's probably their biggest game.
Isn't it? That's in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Alabama. I mean, Georgia's got to come to Alabama.
Yeah, Georgia's got Alabama. They've got Ole Miss, and doesn't Georgia play like Missouri?
Yeah.
No, I don't think they play Missouri.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me look it up. I haven't memorized it yet.
No, Missouri's got a fairly easy schedule. They don't play Tennessee either. That's sad. I like playing them.
Let's see.
Come on, Jeb. Now, having Tennessee in your schedule or not having Tennessee on your schedule does not change the easy factor.
I said I like playing them. That's why I wanted to.
So Georgia's got Kentucky, Bama, Auburn, Mississippi State, Texas, Florida, Ole Miss, Tennessee, and that's it.
Wait, you've got Alabama, Texas, and Ole Miss. That schedule's no joke.
Yeah.
And Florida. Florida's usually
come on.
It's a tough game. That's not
really Florida gets a shout out, but Tennessee doesn't.
Florida literally has a chance to win 2 games.
Let me finish.
Jeb hates us again.
I was like, screw you guys.
So at worst 10-2 next year. I called 8-4 this year, by the way, so I know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I didn't call 10-2 the year before that, I'll admit, but
hey, is Nico Imaliava
Mm-hmm.
time in the Citrus Bowl?
About time.
I'm going to be at that game. I cannot wait.
Nico time. It's
Yeah,
time. It's time to go.
Yeah, I guess Joe Milton wanted to focus on the Senior Bowl and in his pro day, which I get. He's going to measure well, so
He wants to throw fruit 100 yards.
yeah. Somebody will get caught up in those measurables and
He has a chance to throw citrus fruit 100 yards and get a nice NFL payday.
That's what it is. He just didn't want the jokes that were inevitably coming playing in the Citrus Bowl.
What jokes were they, Steve?
Well, he already got the Orange Bowl last year,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah.
He probably had enough of that. It was like,
He's
nah,
had enough
let's-
citrus fruits in the state of Florida.
But what joke is it, Steven? I don't remember.
Yeah,
If you need the ball thrown 40 yards, he can throw the ball 40 yards. If you need the ball thrown 20 yards, he can throw the ball 40 yards.
yeah,
Steve,
Hey,
yeah, really was. Good job.
it never gets old.
Never.
Mm,
So you don't live with it.
yeah,
Becky's like, eh.
gets pretty old.
Where
Yeah.
is Macy?
Oh, that's my puppy. You see her, Mom? She's right there.
Oh, I saw your covers move earlier. I was curious about that, but not curious enough to ask.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to
What's going
go.
on there, Jake?
Yeah.
You
my
got a
pup.
co-host over there, Casper? Friend
No,
of yours?
yeah. No, it's not that I know of. So,
Oh boy. So, yeah, it's Nico time. Brock Bowers and Amarius Mims may or may not play.
I think they're going to play 6-man football in the Orange Bowl.
mhm.
That's about right.
But
I don't
does
know
Florida
who your
State have-
opponent's going to be.
Does Florida
Florida
State
State have anybody? I mean,
Freshmen and transfers, we'll see. I guess I don't know.
I was going to say
Hey,
they're pulling,
freshman, I know you just got here like a couple days ago, but hey,
Yeah.
you're in.
I think they're pulling somebody out of the stands to play quarterback.
Georgia's going to 50 burger them, and everybody's going to
Yeah.
say, see, Florida State didn't belong. And you're just like, really?
Yeah,
What?
Did you see? We saw what the spread was in that game. 17.5. It just shows that nobody believes in Florida State anyway.
Well,
not
it's
now.
Not really
My,
Florida State.
my favorite thing is
The Florida
Tennessee
State
Vols
Scoop.
have a game that the over-under's at 35 points.
yeah.
And they're 8-point favorites.
Yeah.
Well, he's got now a freshman facing that Iowa defense. It might be tough.
This was whenever we didn't know the quarterback. We can't
Well,
blame.
yeah, that's true.
This
Yeah.
is the one that was like a 50-point game that he can't. No.
I think there's going to be more scoring than people think. Our defense will probably
too.
make Iowa look a little better than they are. Not good enough to win. Don't get me wrong, but
Wait, your defense is going to make Iowa look better?
What?
yeah.
That's
Nope,
not possible.
That's
I
almost.
I will not abide by that, Jeb.
I was gonna say not by enough for them to win.
You know who their new coordinator is, right? I think
but they got scored like 17. Everybody's going to think it was just an air raid.
That's almost as bad as my comment last week about Utah having a great offense, a high-powered offense, and they score 7 points in their bowl game.
Yeah, they were helpful.
Northwestern, man. They that game inspired my episode yesterday of Locked On Vandy.
It
Oh,
did
really?
Nice.
Yeah.
with David Vaughn or whatever.
David Braun.
Yeah.
Want to call him Ryan Braun all the time, but Ryan Braun is the roid rager that played for the Brewers.
Does he play for anybody now?
Oh,
I don't
that's
even know.
right.
He when he got busted, like you never really saw him again.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Well, since we got 12 games, we might as well go into it. We'll talk about Alabama and Michigan when we get to the game.
Oh, wow.
But yeah,
Oh, okay.
we
It's
have
kind of a
way
slow
too many football games to pick right now.
That is
Yep.
true. So, all right. So Jets and 49ers. No,
Yeah.
wrong games. Okay, so we picked tonight's game. So tomorrow, the Fenway Bowl kicks things off on ESPN. That's SMU 10-point favorites over Boston College. Boston College, the de facto home team here, because they're technically at home just right down the road from Chestnut Hill. Steve?
You have a situation here where you have the Pony Express And I've always been a fan of the Pony Express ever since I found out about the Trans A&M. And so I'm always going to pick SMU in a bowl game because there haven't been many in my lifetime, but they're actually a pretty good team right now. And they boat raced Tulane a little bit in the AAC championship game. So give me the Mustangs.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, man. Pony Excess is going to apply to the scoreboard here. I think they're going to excessively score on the scoreboard at Fenway Park. So I'm taking SMU.
Yeah, and this one I can't argue. I think SMU is going to cover this one pretty easily, so I'm taking them as well to beat out Boston College.
So this game has been played at Fenway Park.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait till somebody smack the crap out of that green monster. That's going to be hilarious to see. I'll probably go the other way. Anyway.
Somebody gets pushed out of bounds in the right field corner where the wall is like 2.5 feet tall.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, we're taking the Mustangs here. I think they're, Boston College is kind of just skated by this year. They got 6 wins, but they're not really that good. I watched a couple of their games, and like Steven said, they SMU boat raced Tulane in the championship game. So give me SMU.
All right.
Well, and I, of course, am going to go ahead and go with Boston College because they have better Christians. And I don't see how they don't win this one. Straight up.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real men of genius. That's right.
Real men of genius. All right.
Those commercials need to come back, by the way.
Speaking of real men of genius,
Yeah.
the ESPN Bowl.
Wrong way, Becky.
Wrong way, Becky. Please tell me the story behind this.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the standings.
Yeah. And we're not playing golf, Becky. Low score don't win here.
Well, maybe these rules should have been clear before the start of the season. Can't just change the game midway through.
She went Lane Kiffin in the middle of the year, and she got the result that she wanted, and she had like a 12-2 week, and she said, "Hey, I'll try this next week." It was a gambler type mentality, and she went from top of the standings all the way down.
Yep.
Whatever. Jeb just said it was like your IQ. The lower it is, the smarter you are, the better you are. So
That's
pretty
right.
Smart.
I thought Einstein had like a 440 IQ.
Becky's got a 45 IQ.
It's 47, you jerk. I don't even know where we are. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, but I don't know.
We're having fun. That's all it is.
I need to be drinking.
That's where we are.
Happening.
Actually, that's true.
Detroit Pistons have lost 27 in a row, by the way.
Yeah, they're terrible.
In case you know.
If you wonder what it took for the Lions to win the division, there you go.
Brand new Lions. All right. So this game, probably the greatest bowl trophy of all time, the Pop-Tarts Bowl.
Ooh.
Pop-Tarts Bowl.
If you haven't seen this trophy, you need to Google it. Jeb, you can
eat it, right? The mascot.
Eat it. Yeah. So it's like the Super Bowl trophy.
Nobody wants to see the mascot get eaten.
It's like the Super Bowl trophy, but with Pop-Tarts popping out of it.
Oh my God, it is. That's awesome.
It's the greatest trophy.
That is amazing.
Like the football's a toaster.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So Steve, will NC State take this as the 2.5-point underdog, or will Kansas State do like their cross-state rivals and win their bowl game?
It's got to be hard for Kansas State knowing that Kansas is Superman's chosen team. And if you're going to live in that situation, football is not good. It's going to be a hard thing, and you would take somebody like Superman to do it. But Superman did not take Kansas State. And even Superman's uniforms are the colors of Kansas Jayhawks, if you think about it. But in this game, give me Kansas State because NC State, I don't like them, and I don't necessarily trust them.
Okay. I'm going to take Kansas State. I think Chris Klieman, I think his team plays a nice physical brand of football, and I think you're going to see what they've got. I think they're going – I don't think NC State really has much. The ACC is, well, let's just say they're not good. So I think Kansas State's going to play bully ball, and they're going to be successful doing so.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams actually have pretty good seasons, and I see why the line is so low because I think they're both good teams. NC State's actually picked up a couple of transfers. I think it's going to make them tough next year too. So they have a good chance to repeat, but I'm taking Kansas State to win this repeat. Well, yeah,
What is Becky?
we know the opposite of what I picked, but we'll get to that. So I still think Kansas State's going to win this game though, so I'm taking them to cover that nice little 2.5 point spread.
Cassie's taking Kansas State with you guys. I'm actually taking NC State. I mean, 2.5 points. It's just a toss up, and a lot of these games have been close this year. A lot of these bowl games, so I think they can win by 3 and cover. So I'm taking NC State.
I'm so sorry, Jake, but me too. My bad. And I can't find where you're putting these banners so that I can make them all go away. I haven't even been listening because I've been trying to find these banners so I can delete them, and I can't find them. But NC State is, if they're one of the teams we were talking about, that's who I'm picking.
Okay, our next game is the Alamo Bowl. Arizona versus Oklahoma. This is an intriguing matchup. Oklahoma comes in as 9-point underdogs, and Arizona having a really nice season in the Pac-12, what used to be the Pac-12. And but they open as 9-point favorites in San Antonio, Steve.
Arizona, in case you didn't notice, the Oklahoma coach said that Arizona is the best football team he's played this year. That feels very pointed, kind of. But in this case, it might actually be not true. I'm just kidding about that. But I do think Arizona has a chance to win this game, and Oklahoma does not have their quarterback. Simple rule in bowl games: if you don't have your coach or your quarterback, pick the other team. So give me Arizona.
Yes. I still think Oklahoma wins this one. I don't know why. I just have a hunch. This bowl games are weird. I still think they win it. That's all I got.
Well, no, I agree. I mean, Arizona kind of had trouble coming out of the gate, but then got rolling late in the season. Oklahoma kind of stumbled in the middle of the season, but got rolling near the end. And with both these teams rolling now and coming into their bowl game, I can't pick against Oklahoma when they're playing well. I get it. Their quarterback's not there. Maybe it's not going to work out the way we think, but a lot of bowl games don't work out the way I think. So I'm just going to stick with the team that I know is good when they get going, and that's Oklahoma.
I'm picking Arizona here. Cassie is too. Without Oklahoma's quarterback, I think you're going to see a totally different Oklahoma team, and I think Arizona's good enough to win. So I'm going to take Arizona.
And I 100% knew that Oklahoma's quarterback would not be playing in this game when I picked Arizona. So smart.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
Well done. Well done. Well done, Becky.
Keep it up.
What is Becky going to pick? All right. Well, who's Becky going to pick in this one? Cotton Bowl, Missouri versus Ohio State. Ohio State 2.5-point favorites without Kyle McCord, who just transferred to
Syracuse.
Yeah, weird enough.
Well, Fran Brown getting quite the haul up there.
Yeah, he's doing well.
So Missouri, interesting team, came out of nowhere to me. And Missouri fans, you can come at me all you want, but let's be honest. You guys came out of nowhere. It's exciting to see. And one of my favorite things about the end of this season is the Ole Miss and Missouri rivalry that sprouted over whose losses were better.
Oh, yeah. It was fantastic. I love that.
I enjoyed that. So, Steve, does Missouri lose against Ohio State?
My simple rule is you don't pick with against a team that doesn't have a quarterback or a coach. So give me Missouri in this situation. You just said that McCord is in Syracuse now.
Yep.
Well, Ryan Day, is he still there?
For now.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a
there.
positive thing.
Yeah.
That's I mean, you're not wrong. I think they're gonna have trouble stopping Cody Schrader, Connor Schrader, Tanner Schrader, Logan Schrader, whichever Schrader steps in there at running back for Mizzou.
Whichever Schrader they get from the Sig App house.
Yeah. But it's Cody Schrader in all seriousness. But they're going to have – I mean, I just don't think they're going to have an answer for Luther Burden. And I'm not sure if what's his name, Marvin Harrison Jr. is playing.
Wasn't Cody Schrader the Peanuts character that used to play the piano?
Probably like Schroeder or something, though.
That sounds more right, but I don't know. I can't remember now.
Oh, that should have been a touchdown.
Uh-oh.
Should have been a touchdown.
And Schroeder
Marcel
was
Reed
the
just
daddy
put a
of the
ball on a receiver and he dropped it in the end zone.
Anyway, I'm picking Mizzou. Jim.
Oh, and he just broke his arm. So, okay, then that never mind.
Well, I'm going to be the lone dissent in this because I'm taking Ohio State. I just feel like, look, I always think the SEC is better than the Big Ten. I do. But Ohio State is just – they've always been a good team. Yes, they're missing a player or two. They're replacing them with other 5-stars. I mean, it's kind of like Alabama and Georgia. They just replace them with great athletes right on the back end. I don't think they're going to slow down too much. I don't think they're as great this year as they've been in some other years, but I still think they're better than Missouri. And I think they end up winning this game.
You know, I'm picking Missouri here. We're going with Missouri. I mean, there's a lot of coaches here lately that you can throw into the same, the same category. Ron Day's one of them. They can't win big games. I mean, he has lost so many against Michigan here lately.
Yeah,
so
let's go get him fired.
Right. So, and whenever he's in the college football playoff, he hasn't done much either. He can't win that game either. So, give me Missouri here. I think they win.
Well, and I just want to say, Jeb, when people are standing around talking about how terrible you are and what a bad person you are, I'm going to look back on this moment and remember that you picked Ohio State so that I wouldn't have to.
You're going to look back and
I'm
going
to say, not always. It's not always the worst. So thank you. And I'm picking Missouri.
Missouri.
It'll be a cold day in hell before I recognize Missouri.
What's up, Nate Dog?
By the way, at halftime, USC is up 28-14. So you may have that one.
I'm coming back, y'all. Y'all best watch
USC in this game. Just kidding. So yeah, I can't change my pick. Damn it.
Nope.
Okay. The Gator Bowl from Jacksonville, the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. Is it still Tax Slayer?
Probably not.
Probably not. Anyway,
probably something English.
Probably.
I think it's still Tax Slayer.
Clemson is playing Kentucky. Clemson is 5-point favorites over Kentucky. Steve?
I think anybody that takes Clemson is like a communist.
You call me a communist?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, you basically got to feel like the Tyler from Spartanburg life to go completely against that because
hey, I need to dial up some Tyler from Spartanburg, get some Tigers rolling, man.
Yeah, give me the Kentucky Wildcats. I think that Kentucky's finally going to do something positive, at least a little bit, and they're going to win this game or lose by less than 4.
All right. Yeah, I'm taking Clemson for the sheer fact that I think Kentucky's really going to do something great, but it won't be till next year. They still have problems at quarterback.
Yeah.
They still have consistency problems. They can't seem to string together 2 or 3 good plays. I mean, they beat a really bad Louisville team that left everybody kind of hopeful, but Clemson, I think, started getting better towards the end of the year. They're probably not as bad as you think they are. Defensively, they're good at times. Will Shipley is okay. Cade Klubnik. I just think this game, it's going to get, again, these bowl games get weird. And I think Clemson's going to want to be there more than Kentucky. So I'm taking Clemson.
Well, I don't know if I agree with the whole communist thing, but I am going to agree with the Kentucky thing. I just, don't have a ton of faith in Kentucky, but I like them in certain games. And this is just one of those games where I feel like they're going to come out and actually play well and either barely lose this or win it outright.
I just don't have any faith in Kentucky right now.
I don't have a lot.
Sorry, Vinny.
Then Devin Leary, I think he's like thrown the most interceptions in the SEC this year. I mean, it's been bad. And I thought Corey was the same way. We thought he was going to come in and give him some kind of life. I mean, I really liked Devin Leary when he was at NC State, but something just hasn't clicked. Maybe it's because the defense is a whole lot better in the SEC, of course. But
got exposed, I guess. Is
yeah,
the explanation.
Maybe
exactly.
it's because Kentucky's not as good as NC State.
It might be. So anyway, I'm going Clemson here. They have improved since goofball Dabo went off on that rant on that fan on the
Tyler
radio
from
show.
Spartanburg.
Yeah, so they have gotten a little bit better. So I'm going to pick Clemson. Cassie's actually going Kentucky here.
All right.
Well, I hate to argue with my girl, but we're picking Clemson. Mostly because Jeb picked Kentucky. But does Clemson still have that self-righteous, like horrifically upsetting coach?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Dabo.
Gross. Okay. Sweeney or something like that?
Yeah, Dabo Swinney. He runs out in front of everybody down that little hill thing. It's nauseating.
Yeah.
You know what?
That
I'm
meme of
picking-
him, the guy pointing into the mirror and says, "Go out there and make this about you." That's
Yes.
about Dabo.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
let's
Dabo.
hope that he trips and gets run over by a couple
So
of his
fucking
players.
awesome.
And
Oh
then
my
Clemson
God,
still
that'd be
Whoa.
covers.
That would be so funny.
Stuart,
Wouldn't that
you
be
didn't hear that.
awesome? Let's make that happen.
Stuart, you
But
didn't hear
you still want them to win, though, right, Becky? Clemson to win, though, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he could be in like the medical room getting checked out when they
I mean, he could
Wait,
be.
no, that's
okay,
you.
that.
That's you freeze. He freeze would be
Yeah.
like in the doing this from his hospital bed.
Maybe a little stomach bug. I don't need anybody permanently injured or super harmed.
just a hangnail.
I just don't like his face.
Hey, there's a game on CBS and nobody has to care.
Oh wow.
There you
Okay.
go. Yeah.
Oh,
Right
It's
side.
true. It's no
Yeah.
longer SEC on CBS.
Yeah, that's true. That's
there is a game on CBS. Our next game is the Sun Bowl, which no one will probably care about this one either because Oregon State, they lost their coach, they lost their quarterback, they lost probably half their team. They're a scout team. Notre Dame is this is good. Notre
Dame being a scout team's kind of tradition.
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. That's I know their quarterback's going to the NFL. He's probably not playing.
Right.
Sam Hartman, yeah, he gone.
Yeah.
But they did get Riley Leonard, but he won't be playing in this game.
Yep.
So that'll be good for them next year.
I'm hoping the Titans draft their left tackle.
Yeah.
He probably won't be playing.
Probably not. So, needless to say, Steve, make your pick.
Give me the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Just because, is there anybody that has stuck around in Corvallis to be the good factor that we thought they could be? I don't think that is the case. Give me the Fighting Irish.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame is going to boat race. This is going to be, Oregon State is not the same Oregon State that sported that season they had. Jonathan Moore is in Michigan State for some odd reason.
Jeb.
Yeah, I don't know. Both these teams have lost so many players. I don't have a clue who's going to play for who here. I took Oregon State mostly because Becky was taking the opposite of me, and she hates Notre Dame, so I was making her pick Notre Dame. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't. I probably would take Notre Dame, but I'm just going to say I feel like this is going to be a low-scoring game, so I'm going to take Oregon State to cover that spread.
Yeah.
Instead,
I'm with you. I think Oregon State can keep it within 3 and cover this spread. So I'm going Oregon State. Cassidy is going Notre Dame. So we'll see in the household who wins here.
Back next year.
Beck, who did you pick?
I'm going to go with who Cassidy picked, and we can just leave it at that. Thank you, Cassidy.
Who'd you pick? I forgot.
Yeah. Who was it?
Yeah, the Pumpkin Spice Brigade. Okay.
It is pumpkin spice season.
This is the worst night of picks that I've ever had to sit through.
Oh, and I'm probably going to lose bad just because of this, but I can't help it.
Here's hoping, buddy.
You're really taking one for the team here, Jeb. All right.
Welcome.
So
She's drowning her sorrows right now.
drowning her sorrow. Gotta love that. All right. Georgia, 17.5-point favorites over Florida State, or some iteration of Florida State. Some guys running around Florida State jerseys, probably by the time.
6-man football, Florida State.
Yeah. Steve.
Oh yeah, I mean this was Georgia. I think Georgia's going to put 50 on them, and everybody's going to say, "See, this is why Florida State didn't make the playoffs," and we're going to go, "Quit being such an idiot."
Right.
Don't be an idiot.
Yeah. Florida State did not belong in the Final Four, but this game is in no relevance to them not making the playoffs. So give me the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, same. Exactly what you said. There's just nobody left for Florida State, honestly. Jeb?
Yeah, no, I agree. You can't lose that many players and be surprised when you get just wrecked in a bowl game. So, and Ole Miss obviously is doing the opposite. Or I'm sorry, Georgia is not. Well, y'all have lost a few, I guess. Y'all actually have kind of had an exodus, but it's mostly been backups and people y'all can afford to lose. So, not worried about Georgia at all. So, yeah, they're going to win.
Not counting Brock Bowers and Mims, but
if they don't play, which Brock, if he's even slightly hurt, probably won't because he does need to work on that. He's going to be a top pick.
Brock could have shut it down after the Vanderbilt game.
He should have shut it down after the Vanderbilt game. I'm angry at him for that.
Well, he didn't. So, and he probably won't shut it down here either because that's just what he does.
There's several that could and probably won't. Like Lad McConkey, I know he might be a decent high pick too. But no, y'all probably have him out there. And you'll destroy FSU.
Yeah. Becky, I mean, I understand when you're going against Jeb and all that, but this is one pick. I mean, before I finish talking, you can change this because if I was you, I would because I do not see Florida State keeping this within 17.5. I don't see them keeping it within 30. Florida or Georgia's about to roll. It's probably going to be a 50-60 burger, and then Florida State fans will be like, "What just happened? You suck." Period.
I mean, but think how good Mexico feels if she wins.
And I'm not saying that you don't sound like totally reasonable. I get that. I do. But let's say hypothetically, Georgia forgets that they're a competitive football team and they're irritated that they're not in the playoffs.
And
they're irritated
that happen?
No.
Now that everybody's already given Florida State a pass, saying, "Oh, all their players are gone, so they're not even going to be an ounce of competition." And Georgia's going to maybe sleep a little bit and only win by 14.
Becky, this is kind of like how Alabama was last year when I know we did lose 10, we did lose 2 games, but there was some talk about them potentially being in the playoff and possibly should have been. Georgia has this same issue this year. They should be a 14 in the 14 playoff because they're one of the best 4 teams.
Yeah.
So that much like Alabama was last year, Georgia's going to be fired up to play this game just to prove a point.
But what kind of point are you proving if you're playing in middle school? You know what I mean? At some point,
it don't matter. They're going to go out there and roll.
50-piece them at halftime and do.
Just
you saw what they did the national championship last year. I mean,
let me get through the day. Dang, y'all! Look at my score.
Real minute genius. I mean, I don't say Becky's a real genius.
I know how that spot. I empathize.
Yeah.
Not me. I don't know.
Tell us why Penn State's not going to win this game. How is Ole Miss not favored?
Because
Peach Bowl.
What?
Penn State's favored by 4.5. By the way,
I just now realized that.
Yeah, I think that Penn State has better offensive and defensive lines than Ole Miss, and they don't think that Ole Miss is going to be able to control the game and control the tempo because of that. That is just what I think. But I think Ole Miss is going to win this game, and I think the line's probably reversed of what it should be. The wrong team's favored this game.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. I concur. Yeah, Ole Miss, I think it's just much more explosive than Penn State. I think defensively they fly around. I think offensively they mix it up enough to where Penn State's not really going to get a beat on things. So I don't know. Ole Miss should be favored, and this probably should be some easy money.
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to decide that too of why the line was on Penn State because a lot of people do seem to be picking Penn State. Maybe they kind of look at them as being, I mean, because Penn State has one of the better defenses in the nation, not the best, but one of the better ones. But Ole Miss has one of the better offenses in the nation. But Penn State does tend to score a lot, and maybe that's why they're thinking, oh, they've got a good offense and defense. Although a lot of that scoring was on, teams that weren't as good. They played the good teams; they're not scoring near as much. So, I just feel like Ole Miss is gonna surprise them a little bit. I think a lot of people get confused. Maybe not enough people are watching Ole Miss. They get confused about just how Ole Miss plays football and how good they are at some of these things, especially on offense. Yeah. And I think Ole Miss is definitely going to end up winning this game.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a blowout as well. I think Penn State in their two big games against Michigan and Ohio State, only thing the quarterback reached 100 yards passing. So in big games, he's not up for it. And really, Franklin, it really isn't either. He's another guy who can't win big games. He's not winning this one at all. So give me Ole Miss.
I like it, y'all. I like hearing that. I just went and changed my pick to Ole Miss and then realized that I was being super selfish and probably going to jinx them. So I changed it back to Penn, them. Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
We are Penn State.
Nobody knows.
So dumb.
The trouble she's
I'll gladly take the L on that one.
That's another one you can change, Becky. I understand what you're trying to do, but sometimes brains have to come in effect here.
I ain't never let that hold me back, Jake.
Well, we can see by your record too. So.
Oh yeah, well.
Okay. Says the dummy that as of tomorrow, that's been married 23 years to me.
That's
is
right.
Over there Owen. So
that's right. 2 hours. We are 2 hours away from a long time.
Congratulations. Happy early anniversary.
Oh, so, 28. You're right.
House in order here.
23 years.
That's
closer to 25 than 20.
I wasn't even 23 when we got married.
Oh,
but Steve was 55 though. Right?
I wanted those sweet AARP benefits.
Yeah,
straight from the vine.
Straight from the heart.
Yeah.
All right.
You're to blame. You give love a bad name.
Yeah. Jake, here's your game. Basically, pick them. Somehow Bama's not favored. Well, I know why.
Oh my goodness, yeah, and they're giving rat poison. What is happening?
Mm-hmm.
It's the Rose Bowl, the granddaddy of them all. Whoa, Nelly! It's the first playoff game. Bama versus Michigan. It's 1.5 points in favor of Big Blue.
Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to laugh.
Steve,
you can.
I don't think there's okay. I'm going to put it to you like this. Michigan will readily admit their offensive line isn't as good as it's been. We've all seen what it's been. Whenever they face defenses that are legit, we've seen what that offensive line looks like. Against Penn State, they quit throwing the football because they couldn't block Chop Robinson. What are they going to do with Dallas Turner?
Yeah. Chris Braswell.
How are they going to deal with those guys? Alabama's going to line up man coverage and say, do it, beat us, do whatever you need to do. And then Jalen Milroe is going to make a couple of plays with his legs, hit a deep ball. And the next thing you know, they're going to lose the game 24-3. And it's going to feel like it's 51-3. And I think that's what's going to happen in this football game.
that is true. I think Bama's just going to roll. Truthfully, I think they're going to roll. They're explosive. Their defense, once they get past the first series, they figure you out. And Michigan's already a conservative team. Jim Harbaugh has got 1 foot out the door. He's looking at NFL jobs. He's scouting the Raiders. He's scouting the Panthers, the Chargers, for a head coaching job in the NFL. I'm taking Bama. Big.
Yeah, I do wonder how much all that distraction with Jim Harbaugh is gonna cause problems for them. I don't know if it will at all, honestly. But in the end, Alabama's still Alabama. I feel like this year is just setting up for one of those Alabama years that we're gonna have to hear about after Nick Saban retires for a long, long time. Where they got their revenge on Georgia in the SEC championship, and now they're gonna go face Texas again in the national championship and get their revenge on them. Good God, I hate Alabama, but I'm picking y'all to win.
You ought to. I mean, it's just that's just smart money there. But
Yeah.
seriously, Michigan sets up. They set their passing by running the ball. What does Alabama do the best at? They stop on defense. They stop the run. So, I don't think Blake Corman's going to have 100 yards here. It'd be shocking if he does. And if they can't run the ball, then we can just pin our ears back and rush JJ McCarthy. And I think he's going to be in hell all game long. So Alabama's going to win this probably about 3 touchdowns.
Y'all remember just a few minutes ago, y'all were laughing about Georgia whooping the snot out of Florida State and it'd be like 50 points, bah-ha-ha, right?
Yeah.
That's what Alabama's about to do to Michigan.
Is there any
It is going to be awesome to watch. I hate that I now root for Alabama more than like once a decade. I hate that.
I know.
But
What's
it
your
is going to
pick?
be so much fun watching them embarrass Michigan.
But you're
Having
picking
said that,
Michigan.
I'm picking Michigan. Yes.
Yeah. What?
because I have no chance.
Gotta catch up.
Yeah.
No, she ain't.
No, not even a little bit. This
No.
season's done.
We're all the way back. Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh man.
if you have caught up, we've had one crazy week of football, so
Oh my
we'll have a lot
gosh.
to talk about. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Let's please not let me catch up. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Becky, if you sweep this week, you get the Duke's Mayo bath.
Oh.
Oh, gross.
Oh.
Oh.
You get to join Neil Brown in the Duke's Mayo bath.
Dookie Mayo bath. Oh.
I don't know what that means, but I don't want to do that.
Go to the next game, Corey, please.
Go watch. Go to
Oregon. Give me
Yeah.
Oregon.
Go to West
Liberty, Oregon.
Twitter, and you'll see
No.
Virginia.
Oh,
You'll see Neil Brown getting dunked with mayo. All right. The
Dicky.
Fiesta Bowl. Liberty is
Ain't got a shot.
Oh, look, a Bibu.
Are you replacing me?
Oregon is 17.5-point favorites. Who wins?
Oregon. Oregon wins.
Oregon. Oregon's going to roll. Oregon's going to – it's just not – this is a terrible matchup. That's all I'm going to say about that.
oh well, then yeah, I'm going to agree. I guess they're hoping Liberty can at least cover the point spread, but I can't find a way to pick them.
This on the screen.
Yeah. By the way, the Penn State people get pissed
What?
off whenever I compare them to Texas A&M's defense, which was #1 in the SEC and led the nation for sacks and tackles for loss. They take that as an insult.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
Big Ten
So
football.
weird. It's like you do not play offense in that conference. The average offense that Penn State played was 61st or 62nd in the country.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. Yeah, because
Yeah.
Penn
Yeah.
State does have like the statistically third best defense or something like that in the nation, but they
Yeah.
didn't play anybody to be able to rack up those
Right.
kind of numbers.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I hate that I'm being like
mean-
the Paul Feinbaum. They ain't played nobody, Paul. You know?
Well, and don't
And-
go overboard. They play some good teams. It's not that. It's just not
Yeah,
on the level of
but-
SEC offenses.
Michigan just ran the ball and just gave up passing the ball
Yeah,
on them.
Yeah.
And, yeah, never mind.
yeah, which they're not going to do to
Right.
Alabama. So, yeah,
Let's go back to Oregon.
Oregon. I'm picking Oregon. They're going to come.
It's a terrible.
Yeah. I'm Oregon all the way here. We're picking Oregon. It's this is going to get ugly.
We got Miss
Sorry,
Tracy Ivy in the chat. Jared
Oh.
Ivy's mom. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
Oh,
hey.
Tracy. How
So,
you-
so is it not true though that Liberty's undefeated this year?
It don't matter.
I'm
Liberty
just
Liberty.
asking.
Oh,
I'm
it-
looking for clarification, sirs.
I mean, is Bo
Is
Nix
Liberty
playing in this game?
undefeated? I'm picking Liberty. And
Liberty.
they're going to do great. They're going to do super.
I hope both teams have fun.
Becky, what? I mean,
Go
you
Sports.
never pick Liberty. This is
Ever?
so
No,
odd
I'm
for you.
I'm
Becky.
telling. This is my. I know I'm losing this
Becky.
year,
Becky.
so I'm going to go out in a blaze of glory.
You said throw in the damn towels. What you did?
I don't want to see a single shade of green on my list at the end of this weekend.
that's
Becky's going
obvious.
for Hail Marys. She's going to throw some Hail Marys. You never know what could happen.
I've been inspired by Lane Kiffin. It
Hey.
doesn't always
Oops.
work out, but what if it
Cool.
did? It could
Fourth
this time.
I mean, 4th and 31 against Auburn. It happened to us. So
Hey, Tennessee beat Georgia on a Hail Mary a few years
Right.
ago. I'm just saying it can happen.
was that Joshua Dobbs?
Yep, and
Yeah.
Juwan Jennings.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, by the way, the Lions are playing, and they will be the next team that the Cowboys choke against.
Oh,
All right.
The brand new Lions.
everybody was talking about Dak being a MVP candidate. Not anymore.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy, not either.
No, not Brock Purdy either. Good Lord.
So that leaves Lamar Jackson and Christian McCaffrey.
That's
Those
it.
are really your only choices.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you that it's not Desmond Ritter
Mm.
or Ryan Tannehill.
Well, you got all the
Yeah.
Saints players that just want to beat up Derek Carr, so it's probably not him either.
How about they bid up their coach? You know.
Yeah, Steve, it's not too late to jump on the Dolphins bandwagon.
Oh, I'm watching the Dolphins now.
Oh yeah.
Steve, when do you get-
I will be Team Tua forever.
Steve, are you
That's
kind
not
of Steve? I'm gonna give you an analogy here. You to the Dolphins is like me to the Titans. I'm a fan, but like I'm still a Falcons fan. You're a fan, but you're still a Saints fan.
Yeah, I'm a Saints fan, but I've seen this before. I grew up in the 80s with the Saints. I'm not doing that again. And right now they're doing that. They're getting ready to go down that road. I am not playing that game with them.
Mhm.
Oh,
Well, Steve, just go ahead and announce it right now.
No, I'm not going to announce
No.
anything.
Hey,
Your heart is aqua.
hey, hey, we still got 3 games on the docket we got to get to.
But I love Tua. He's perfect.
It's good. All right, so the
Tua's
Super
great.
Bowl,
Yeah.
Texas versus Washington. Texas is 4-point favorites in Nowlands. This is the other playoff game. Steve,
Texas, go Longhorns. All right. Matthew McConaughey, Lincoln Town Car. Let's go.
Almost made it 23 years.
give me
So close.
somebody's going to be eating an all-star breakfast alone. All right, give me the Longhorns, Quinn Ewers. I think they get it done. They're looking forward to this rematch. I think it's going to happen. The rematch, Alabama, Texas, all SEC final. Let's do it.
yeah. I've done pretty well this season taking Washington. They've been kind of my boys, man. They've been winning a lot of games that nobody thought they were going to win, or at least a lot of people didn't think they were going to win. And I love how they play. I love them, but Texas is just too good right now. And like I said, I think it's just one of those years where I think Alabama's going to end up back against Texas,
I think
so they can have their revenge game.
I think Kalen DeBoer is a phenomenal coach. Penix is a great quarterback, and they have a really good team. But Texas is just bigger, stronger, faster, and have more depth.
Yeah, I think this is where their magical season finally ends. So you're right. I'm taking Texas.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I mean, both offenses are really high-powered and can throw and just do amazing things, incredible things, and put a lot of points up on the board. The thing about it is Washington's defense is eventually going to run out of gas against Texas' offense. It's just going to happen. Texas' defense is set up to eventually, probably in the second half, slow down that attack of Washington. So I think Texas is going to win this, and it's going to be, as everybody said, the Texas-Alabama matchup in the championship game.
Wrong. Washington's going to surprise everybody and win this one because Texas is a horrible, horrible, horrible place and team, and they deserve to lose and be very embarrassed. It's
Wrong
gonna
way,
be
Becky.
Hey, I have had a lot of good picks with Washington this season, so I'm not going to make fun of you for that one. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Wait.
Go Dogs. All right, let's get through these next two. The Citrus Bowl, featuring the debut of Nico.
I'm Iliava.
There you go.
I'm a lava.
Tennessee is 8-point favorites. Iowa, despite not having any offense, no Brian Ferentz, they're still 8-point underdogs. Their defense and special teams is really good. Offense, not so much. Steve, does that matter?
I think it's absolutely hilarious that there's an over-under with this Tennessee offense that is 35 points from both teams. I think that's hilarious. And Tennessee's an 8-point favorite.
So they're really not expecting Iowa to do much.
So smash the over. I think
It's just crazy. Now give me the Vols. I'm Team Nico. I'm Team I'm a Liava. Let's go. Let's let it happen. But give me Tennessee in this situation. I'm curious to see what this style would look like. The Ole Miss Penn State game too. Penn State is leading the Big Ten in time of possessions. They slow it down. Iowa does the same thing. So with Tennessee and Ole Miss going super fast and them going really slow, it's a stylistic thing. So I'm curious to see what it goes. And give me the Vols though in that game.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Vols, and I'm gonna take the over because I think Tennessee will cover the over by themselves. So, give me the over.
Yeah, this might be one of those games where Tennessee has the ball for 10 or 15 minutes of the game, but just completely outscores them. That's kind of what I'm expecting. We'll see. I don't know. Their defense is really good. If they still had Caden McNamara, I'd be a little worried because Tennessee has lost a lot of their secondary, but they still have their starters, and I feel like they're going to be fine in this game because honestly, Iowa has nobody throwing the ball.
A couple of years ago.
Yeah. I don't see how they're going to be able to score at all. So I'm taking Tennessee in this one.
Yeah, talking about time of possession, I was watching the Iowa game, and they said Iowa had ran 13 plays and had not crossed the 50-yard line yet. I mean, that's just incredible. So, yeah, they're going to try to slow it down, but Tennessee, man, I think this is the right move playing Nico here. I think Joe's going on, but I really think Nico should have been playing earlier in the season. He's gonna be a special player for you guys down there in Tennessee, Jeb. So I know y'all excited to see him. I'm excited to see him as well. So give me Tennessee, man. Tennessee's going to take this easily.
Agreed. Tennessee's absolutely going to win this game, but they're only going to win by 7, shocking everybody. And Iowa's going to cover. So,
it could be a situation where Tennessee only has the ball like 4 or 5 times the whole game. They just don't have a chance to score because I was just doing 3 yards at a time all the way down.
Didn't they have a similar situation against Kentucky a few years ago where Tennessee only had the ball?
That was high scoring, but Tennessee, every time they get the ball, it'd just be an automatic touchdown.
Yeah.
And then Kentucky would have a long drive for a touchdown. The Tennessee automatic touchdown. It was a great game. And that may be about how this one goes, although I just don't think Iowa's going to move the ball as well as Kentucky did.
No, they ain't.
I don't think they'll score every time like Kentucky did. But
they may have a 20-yard drive.
No. And
before
we go to the last one, I do understand what Steve's saying, or what you were saying about Jake was saying about Nico maybe having come on earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of a weird situation to be in. I don't know how you decide. I guess as a coach, you have to decide what's best for the team. But Joe Milton is one of those guys that was such a good teammate. Like he was one of those guys everybody liked. He was always out there helping out, always out there encouraging everybody. If he started playing, I wouldn't want to bench him either. Like I would just feel bad doing it. If I thought it was best for the team, I mean, I guess you have to. They certainly did when they had Hendon Hooker come in and take over for him. But that was also based off an injury. And I don't know. I feel like he deserved to get to finish out the season, especially with games we knew we were going to win, like Vanderbilt. But
I just don't think they used him correctly at Tennessee. Because there were some games that they ran him 20 times and he had a lot of rushes, and designed runs. And there's some games that he didn't rush at all. He just stayed in the pocket and got destroyed.
This was a classic example of trying to fit player into scheme and not other way around. And in college, you kind of have to, you can still recruit, but like you still, to a certain degree, have to fit what you do to your personnel. Right. If you're going to take a transfer in Joe Milton, you've got to understand what type of player he is and play to his strengths, even though that's not necessarily what your scheme and overall philosophy is about, which was perfect for Hendon Hooker.
Right.
Yeah.
But not perfect for Joe Milton because they're two totally different players.
Correct.
On the upside, I think it will be perfect for Nico. So I'm
agree.
Excited about that.
Yeah, so it'll be fine. But, I think if you recruit more quarterbacks like Nico, which I think Heupel learned his lesson there in taking that. He was just enamored by his raw athleticism, just thought he could be,
Yeah, and that'll happen with the NFL too. Somebody's going to draft him.
It was like Garrett Stidham at Auburn is what this reminds me of. Like, it's just good quarterback, has some talent, but just terrible fit, and didn't really use him effectively.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Oh,
all right, one more.
Last one. Okay, the ReliaQuest something bowl. The ReliaQuest Bowl. It is Wisconsin jump around versus LSU. This is a weird matchup. Steve.
Jaden Daniels is not playing. They do not have the offensive coordinator at LSU, and that LSU defense is garbage. Give me Wisconsin.
Yep. I'm taking Wisconsin. Thanks, Steve. You just convinced me. I'm taking I for some reason I thought Jaden Daniels was playing, but I don't know why. I forgot about it just jogged my memory about the offense coordinator. So I'm taking Wisconsin here somehow. I mean, they've been pretty abysmal all year long. Matt Perkins I've been living the Wisconsin life vicariously through him, and it's not been a good one this year. But Luke Fickell, I think, is going to turn things around. They're going to eventually do a good job, but year one is never really great. So give me Wisconsin here.
I had taken Wisconsin too, and I couldn't remember why. But hearing that Jaden Daniels is not playing makes me feel good about it. So I'm going to stick with my Wisconsin pick. And maybe at some point here I'll remember why I did that.
Steve, are you going to update my record because it's 80-76, not 79-76?
He'll do that later.
Ooh, he's right.
Yeah. You know why? It's because that last game that was done was wow. Yeah, it was while we was getting ready for the show. Moose Muhammad just made an unbelievable catch. Moose Muhammad's good at football, folks.
He is. Me and Cassie's taking LSU. I know Jaden Daniels not playing. Wisconsin's not really that great on offense, and LSU's defense has been mentioned as terrible. But the Nussmeier kid that's probably going to be playing this game is a really good quarterback. So he's probably going to have a big game, I think. So I'm going with LSU. I think they can win this one.
And I am taking LSU to win big because
my God.
I know, I'm sorry. But I like LSU. I want them to represent the SEC, make us proud. And I, honest to God, didn't know that Wisconsin had a football team. So that was all new information to me just now.
That's what Ron Dane is from.
Didn't they play in a ball game a few years ago? And I think LSU threw an interception close to the end of the game, and one of the LSU guys just absolutely destroyed the Wisconsin guy after the whistle was over and all that. That was when with Les
That
Miles,
feels right.
Yeah, I mean,
it's on brand.
Right. Yeah, I remember that. I'm like, good Lord, just laid him out.
All right, Corey, 2 minutes.
2 minutes. All right, here we go. All right.
Y'all have a happy New Year.
You too, babe. Wait, I'll see you in a minute.
Yeah.
Happy New Year. All right, so that does it. That's going to do it for us here on the SEC After Dark podcast.
There we go.
We thank you for joining us. Find us on social media. You can find me at Coach Burton 36, at Locked On Vandy, at Bleav In Dawgs. I'm everywhere, it seems like. So
Unlike Jeb.
Yeah, unlike Jeb. You can find Jake, Tide Talk Live. You can find Steve, Locked On Ole Miss. And you can find Jeb only here. You have to come here to find Jeb.
He's just a dude.
He's just a dude. And so we thank you for listening. We hope these standings are going to be they're going to be jumbled up here after next week. Maybe, hopefully, I have a better week, better bowl games, better set of bowl games here. If Oklahoma State wins, I win my parlay for $28. Yes, big money.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. That's going to do it. SEC After Dark. Catch us back here next week. But until then, go Dogs. Anchor down.
Howdy, toddy.
Roll Tide.